Hello everyone, my name is Azul and I will present my final project. The theory that I chose is Gardner's multiple intelligences theory. I think this is the one that caught my attention the most because activities are easier to develop on this theory. I also think that it was one of the theories that engaged the group the most, and we had a bunch of examples for this. So I had a really good time um, participating in these classes. So I tried to give it a shot, and I will present my lesson plan. So this theory was proposed by a psychologist called Howard Gardner in 1983. He said that intelligence is not just one noun or one thing that can be measured only by the IQ tests, but it's like more like a collection of distinct abilities that each individual or each student possess to different levels. According to him, people learn or demonstrate the knowledge in different ways based on their intelligence profile. So first, it was only a type of intelligence, but then they added the newest, which is existential. So I'm gonna explain a little bit about each of the intelligence branches, just to be in the same page. So first we have linguistic intelligence, which is the word smart. This is one of my most favorite, because I think it's really present on our career. This is the sensitivity to spoken or written language, ability to use the language effectively. We can see this on writers, journalists, and even teachers. They the logical or mathematical intelligence is number or reasoning smart. This is the ability to think logically, analyze problems, and understand abstract concepts as numbers. We can see this also in scientists, in mathematicians, programmers. Then we have the spatial intelligence or visual intelligence. This is picture smart. Um, this is the capacity to visualize or manipulate objects and spaces mentally. This can be present on graphic designers, on architects, on artists, or even pilots because of the spatial intelligence. Then we have the kinesthetic intelligence or body intelligence is the skill in using your own body to express ideas or to solve problems or even to learn. This is present on athletes, dancers, surgeons because they do things with their own hands. Then we have the musical intelligence or sound smart. It's the sensitivity to pitch, rhythm, tone, and music. This is present obviously on musicians, sound engineers, and composers. Then we have the interpersonal intelligence. This is like the self awareness, is the no, sorry, is the ability to understand and interact with others effectively, is the people smart, basically. The people that are easier to work with other persons. In this case, I would say teachers are a good example for this, and also politicians. Then we have intrapersonal intelligence. That's the self awareness. It's a deep self awareness of our own feelings, our own emotions, motivations, or goals. This can be present on psychologists, on spiritual leaders as well, and philosophers. Then we have the naturalist intelligence or nature smart. It's the ones that have the ability to identify, classify, and engage with the natural environment. An example can be obviously biologists, farmers, and The last one, the newest that I already told you, is the sensitivity, the existential intelligence. They have this sensitivity to deep questions about existence or about life. Well, for example, philosophers, theologians, or people that think on a really big picture. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about my lesson plan. My topic is understanding the water cycle. Ages is for beginners. I put 12 years old because of the complexity of the topic. And the objectives are the students will identify the stages of the water cycle and explain the processes of evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. So, first, we have the first stage is remember. The teacher will begin with a song of the water cycle. This is for musical intelligence. Then, after the song, the teacher will ask students to share with each other what they know about the water cycle or what they understood about the video. This is interpersonal intelligence as they talk to each other. Then the teacher will present a visual diagram of the water cycle and explain each of the stages. This is a this is spatial intelligence as the teacher is presenting something visual for the students. After that, the teacher will appeal to the kinesthetic intelligence as she is going to put stages for each part of the water cycle, and she's going to take the students pass through each stage and do an activity, for example, jumping for evaporation, then clustering together for condensation, and rolling down for precipitation. After this, we have the fourth stage of our class. The teacher will divide on teams of group of three. Each group will elaborate a 3D model or una maqueta with material that we can have on the classroom, like plasticine or markers, colors, or any material that the students prefer. This appeals to spatial, kinesthetic activities as well as interpersonal because we are gathering them into groups. After the students are done, we're going to pass to our fifth stage, which is evaluate. The teacher will make each group exchange their maquetas with other teams, and then they are going to discuss what was well presented and what if there is some criteria to do, suggest these improvements. The criteria that I will make them use is accuracy, creativity, and clarity of the stages shown. This is interpersonal intelligence as well. I think it could be intrapersonal because you will make like your own criteria of your own work. So I think it could be both. So for our final stage is number six, create. I chose to give homework for my students. Each student will create a poster of the water cycle and its importance of for the environment. Then on the next class, we're gonna have again like an evaluate stage. So each student will present their poster, and the teacher and the group will tell what was well presented, what they liked, or if they had some suggestions to do. I think this is a very important stage. Like evaluate is something that you have to be repeating. The intelligence for this activity would be also spatial, and on the evaluation on the next day will be interpersonal. So that was it from me. I hope you liked my lesson plan. I really like this theory. I feel that you can adapt it to any type of learners, like beginners or more advanced. And I think activities are easier to engage the group. So thank you so much, and I'll see you on next semester.